Hello everybody, my name is Davis and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be doing my first ever weather forecast. Now you may be thinking, Davis, when have you liked the weather so much? Well, I've kind of been into it for the past few months now, and I've kind of gotten a good grip on how it works, and I'm going to be using some very reliable tools to forecast the weather here, so just trust me on this. If I am completely off this weather forecast, then you never have to watch one of my videos ever again. But if I'm right, you gotta subscribe. So yeah, let's go and get right into it. Alright, so here we have the July 6th outlook for severe weather. Now, if you were wondering what tool I'm using here, I'm using the Storm Prediction Center. You can just go ahead and look it up. It's pretty fun to use, but you kind of have to learn how to use it a little bit, so that's why I'm going to be presenting this all to you today. So here, if you are in the light green section, or if your area is rather, then you are going to get most likely thunderstorms on July 6th. So you at least have a chance to get thunderstorms. Now these storms will not be anything severe for the most part. Maybe a few golf ball size hails, nothing bigger than that. Nothing too crazy overall. You shouldn't see any severe weather really in the light green region. Now, if you're in the dark green region, which 12.3 million people are, then you have a marginal risk of severe weather. So what that means is that there's a marginal risk that you're going to see either some damaging winds, some large hail, or even just a tiny teensy chance of a tornado. But that's most likely not going to happen. You should be in the clear. You might just see some strong thunderstorms. So if you're here in the south or up into the kind of western region of the U.S. Now, this yellow area is a slight risk of severe weather. Now, a slight risk of severe weather could mean that you are going to have a moderate chance of some hail, some wind, or a tornado. Usually, if you're in a slight risk of severe weather, you'll see one of those three things, but usually nothing more than that. So you might get like a tiny tornado, or you might get some light damaging winds, maybe a little bit of crazy hail, but other than that, you should only get one of those three things. Now, we actually have an enhanced risk of severe weather on July 6th for part of the panhandle of Oklahoma here. We also have some in Kansas, and it actually also goes into Colorado here. So, an enhanced risk of severe weather. That means something. That means that you're probably going to see about two of the three things that I mentioned, including hail, winds, or tornado. So be prepared here. You're going to get some very intense storms here. Just as they say, don't be scared, be prepared. So yeah, just watch out for that if you're in those regions. So let's go ahead and actually take a look at our tornado probabilities. So if you're anywhere in this green area, that includes much of the kind of middle to upper western Midwest, you have a 2% chance of seeing a tornado. 4 million people under a 2% risk of tornado. That's quite a lot. If you're in the 5% region, which there's a very small portion here over here in Colorado, then you have a 5% risk of seeing a tornado in any of the given counties here, which we can actually bring the counties up. So yeah, look out for that. If you're in that area, you have a decent chance of seeing a tornado, so be sure to look out for that. Now we've got damaging winds. Now, if you are in the brown area, you have a 5% chance of seeing some damaging winds of 50 knots or higher. Now, what that means is about 55 miles an hour or higher. So, those would be pretty crazy wind gusts. But, like I said, this is only a 5% risk, so if you're in the brown area, there's just a tiny chance that you're going to see that. If you're in the yellow patch here, you have a 15% chance. Now, that's pretty high. It may not sound that high, but whenever you factor in how many counties are in here, there's definitely going to be some damaging winds somewhere in the yellow portion. And then you have the red portion. Now, it is red, and you have a 30% chance of seeing damaging winds here. Damaging winds could be anywhere from blowing over trees to potentially even flipping over cars. Now, I know that sounds dramatic, but it's actually kind of true. So if you are in the eastern panhandle of Oklahoma, if you are in Kansas, or if you are in Colorado, then make sure to watch out for that. And you can actually notice that it's got some lines on it. What that means is that it's a hatched area of severe weather. So you have... What just happened? Sorry, I don't know what happened there. But if you have these little lines here, then that means that you have a 30% chance of seeing wind gusts with 65 knots or higher. Now, what that means is about 75 miles an hour or higher. So, if you are in this red region with these little lines, you have a very good chance of seeing some very damaging winds. So, definitely be on the lookout for that if you're in any of these areas here. 220,000 people in that path. And then here we have the hail risk. So, this would be hail chances for 1 inch or larger. So, here in the brown area, once again, we have similar areas to the wind map. You have a 5% chance of seeing hail 1 inch or larger. In the yellow area, you have a 15% chance of seeing hail in 1 inch of diameter or larger. But as you can see, we have that hatched risk here with all these little lines. So basically, what that means is that you are going to have a 15% chance to see hail of 2 inches or higher if you are in the yellow and the little line area. And then we also have a 30% risk of hail. So this would be a 30% risk of 2-inch hail or larger in this area. So if you are in this Colorado or Kansas region, definitely be sure to be on the lookout for that. We got over 4 million people having a chance to see hail of 2 inches or larger, which can destroy windows, can destroy, like card windshields and stuff, so definitely look out for that. If it hits you, it would probably hurt quite a bit. It wouldn't do any real damage unless it's actually, like, ginormous, but it could hurt. So yeah, that was my first ever weather forecast. If you guys did enjoy this video, then make sure to like and subscribe. If I had to guess where the highest chance of severe weather over the whole day of July 6th would be, I would guess somewhere in eastern Colorado or western Kansas. So if you're in those areas, make sure to watch out. But yeah, other than that, I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.